I'm from India. I'm a physician by profession, and which is an affiliate of International Physicians for Prevention of Nuclear War, about whom you heard in the plenary session, that it was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 1985. What I'm going to talk about is about the health status of indigenous people around Jadugoda uranium mines. It's in the eastern part of India, this Jadugoda uranium mines, and it is located in a state in India which is known as Jharkhand. And as my friend was asking, that the presentation on the study, we were funded by the Plowshares Fund through IPPNW that we were able to conduct this study. So this was the disclosure which I thought I should make in the this is a little fact about the uranium mine, that this study we did in the year of 2007. It's about 8 years from now back, and now it's almost 48 years that this mining operation is going on. And United Corporation of India Limited, this is a 100% government undertaking which is doing this mining. And at that point of time, in 2007, there were around 4,000 workers and 1,000 contractual laborers engaged with mining activities. Now, more uranium mines have been found in other parts of the country, India, including in the state of Jharkhand, where this mine is situated. This is interesting for us today, making this presentation, because the Prime Minister of India is hitting today, is coming to Canada, and is coming to get some uranium from the Canada to buy it for the uranium energy, under inverted comma, the nuclear energy things. So this is the universe of the study, that the study was conducted around 3 mines and 3 tailing ponds, and there is 1 ore processing plant. And there were 2,118 households in the study village, and almost 1,956 households in control village. We had developed a structured questionnaire with the help of our friends in community medicine. In India, we call it preventive and social medicine. In one medical college hospital of Eastern India, which is known as Patna Medical College Hospital. And the focus group discussions were also held with the community. And then the data analysis was done on the Microsoft Excel. We took the help of the data entry experts, and then a p-value and odds ratio were calculated to measure the statistical significance, whatever the findings were. So I will just go to the key findings which we had, and as I told you, this was a descriptive cross-sectional study. So there was a control village, then there was a study village, and when we found the distribution of congenital deformities among children, it was almost 2.4% point higher in the study village. It was about 4.4%. And the government of India says that there are about 300 people of any type of disabilities in the country, and congenital deformities is only one form of disabilities. There are many other causes of the disabilities. So by that standard, the congenital deformities in the studies village we found to be at the higher side. And when we found to the relationship between the congenital disease and the death of the children, we found that it was much higher in the study village, and 9.25% as compared to 1.70% in the control village. And sorry?
What is congenital?
Oh, sorry. Congenital is any deformity. I'm extremely sorry. I thought that everybody must be understanding. Is the birth defect what you call? that is congenital. So, and then the sterility, the primary sterility, when a woman fails to bear a child, that's known as sterility, and it can happen that it's both primary and secondary. Primary means that she had never been able to bear a child, and secondary sterility means that she born a child and then she became sterile and unable to bear a child anymore. So, previous one. So in the study village, we found that 9.6% women, as compared to 6.27% in the control villages, they did not conceive even after 3 years of marriage. And that is the definition of primary sterility, that if a woman having a active sexual life after marriage for 3 years is unable to bear a child, we call it primary sterility. And we found it to be more in the villages around mining areas. Next. Then we tried to look at the cause of cancer as a cause of death, and it came that in a control village it was 1.89%, as compared to in the study village it was 2.87%. Then we tried to look at the life expectancy. Life expectancy at that point of time in 2007 in that province of India, which is known as Jharkhand, was 62 years. And we tried to find out that while in the study village, 68.3% of the people were dying before attaining the age of average expectancy of life of 62 years. In control village, it was 53.94%. Next. So these are the few instances when there were inadequate safety measures. Shri Prakash will tell you more about it. Next. Again, how this reflects about the inadequate safety measures. Shri Prakash will dwell in length about all these. So the conclusions of the study were that in the uranium mining operation area, primary sterility is more common. More children with congenital deformities are being born, and congenital defect as a cause of death of a child is also high. Cancer as a cause of death is more common, and the life expectancy of people is less, and more people are dying in their early ages. I will not go into the estimating the risk due to time constraint. Next. So the study had the following recommendation, that to have a risk assessment data for the governments while doing starting a mining operation, so that from the baseline down the years, a decade, 2 decades or 3 decades, it can be compared and found out what is going wrong with the health of the people. Then we have suggested biomarker studies, especially because we were having congenital deformities. The study find to be higher in the study village, and even the deaths due to the congenital deformities were higher. So to substantiate it, we had suggested biomarker studies like chromosomal aberrations and all. And then also to find out the study on non-radiological toxicities, especially the chemical toxicity on kidney and bone. In the plenary session, we had heard about the chemical toxicities of the uranium. It's not only that it's the radioactive material, but it has a chemical toxicity as well. So at that point of time, the government of India was having a agreement with the United States of America that was known as 123. So that it refers to that, this slide. Next. So we are asking everybody in the world to join hands to shield these young children from facing the uranium radiation hazards. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody here. I live in a city called Ranchi, which is 130 kilometers away from this area, and I went there in 1996. And at that time, there was a demolition of 30 tribal houses, indigenous houses, for the construction of Telling Dam. And after that, I made a film called Buddha Weeps in Jadugoda. And then from that day, I'm part of that movement also. And I'm witnessing the changing scenario from last 15, 16 years, what is happening on those indigenous villages. I'm just going to show you some photographs. Some of already Dr. SHAKEEL has shown. So this is the first documented radioactive accident in that area. This is in around 2005. Again, the same place, this radioactive slurry reached to the people's roof, because the pipes were highly pressured and the radioactive slurry, which is fly and reach to very massive area. And another, it is in 2006, the pipe has burst and you can see the villagers are just walking with barefoot, and these slurries are reaching to the people's house. And this is just latest, within 15 days ago, the same place, we documented 4, but the government record says they have 5 accident. We says 4, but government accept they have 5 accident there. And you can see they are cleaning up, and this is the pipe and the people living around the area. This is the area where the water from the Telling Dam people are using as the presentation from the South Africa. Probably you can recognize the similarity there. These are the some victim of in the community. And sadly, I documented all those kids in 1996 to 1999. These are the only few kids they are surviving. Rest are no more in this world. So this is the current situation. And I would like to say that from 1996 till today, the people of Jadugoda tried to find justice in the frame of democratic space. They protested with street protest, signing petition, staged protest in front of the government officials, to the company gates. Nothing has happened. Then they tried to go to the justice system. They went to High Court, even they went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court denied, and they asked the same government institution, it's called Bhabha Atomic Research Center, which is coming under the Department of Atomic Energy. And means you can ask a subordinate to check the boss. So this is similar kind of a situation. The Supreme Court asked to the body whose boss is and it is a clear violation of the international treaty. Where India is agreed to separate the regulatory body and the promotional agency. So this is the judiciary system, and then a lot of media coverage happened. A lot of international news agency went there, and nothing has happened. And probably you know that we have right-wing government right now, and just few days ahead, they went to France and they have signed a treaty to have 6 mega nuclear power station in Jaipur in Maharashtra with billions of dollars. And right now they are going to Canada. I don't know what kind of treaty they have. The problem is our people in 2002 went to Seychelles in World Uranium hearing. And then our people also went to 2004 to Bonn when the Chernobyl accident commemoration was there. And also our people went to 2006, and now we are also here in 2015 saying the same kind of things. Just like a gentleman asked the very simple question, can you imagine the poorest of the poor in India, how he is going to question the authority who are coming with a very sophisticated kind of questions? Even if they are suffering, they are dying, but they don't have any voice. And you will surprised to know that just 15 days ahead, Government of India has freeze the bank account of Greenpeace, and they cancelled the registration. Can you imagine that powerful organization are facing trouble? How a poor tribal who is not able to speak so-called national language English, how his voice is going to be heard? Last 40 years, people are dying, people are suffering. Anybody who is saying all those things, they were branded as anti-national, not working for the interest of the nation. And unfortunately, the boy from this community, he's supposed to come yesterday. Due to some problem, he's going to reach here tomorrow, and he is going to put his photo exhibition here. He can tell you enormous story what is happening going through the community. Like doctor said, that sterility is there. Can you imagine a woman? He is not going to be married because nobody want to marry him from those villages. Can you imagine a mother who is pregnant? It must be a joyful event for the family, but they are worried because they don't know whether this boy is going to be still alive or he has deformity. If he is alive, then don't know what is the life expectancy of him. What is going to be the future? Nothing. Nobody bother. If you go to India, everybody wants electricity. India is a huge middle class population, probably more than United States of America's population. They need power. And our politicians are looking for more and more international cooperation for nuclear energy. And the suppliers are selling all these things. So I just want to say that from 2002 to 2015, nothing changed. We people from the community came to international symposiums, conferences, they say something, and they went, and there are more repercussions rather than any change. And you will surprise that last 40 years, 40 to 45 years, the industry is going there. But not a single health study is done by the government. It was 2000, first health study done by one Gandhian school from Gujarat. They came and they have done the health study. Second, the Kyoto University professor Koide, he came and he did radiological study. And he categorically says that one tailing dam has cesium. And probably you know that cesium is artificial element. It is not occur in nature. Nobody bother from where the cesium came to this indigenous land. Nobody wants. This is all on the internet. You can Google it, you can find it. And the worst thing is that the government and the ruling elite using the poverty as a weapon, because there is no job. There is no job, And then they are coming and say, we are going to have a mine here and you will get job. In the past, the villagers have to go to 5 kilometers to fetch water, fodder, fuel. Now, if there is a mine, there will be some job, and then you have running water, you have electricity, you have schooling, and this is happening. And on the other side, people like us or the other anti-nuclear group, they are coming and they are saying, like whatever we have heard today, all the very scary kind of information. What is the balance? How the poor community on ground will relate with these information? What is the value of these information? They are struggling for their hand to mouth. They have their a question of existence because the water is depleted, there is no forest, there is no rain because of uncertain weather. What they will do? And you will be surprised to know that in one public hearing, one villager says that alpha, beta, and gamma will kill later. We are dying with empty stomach every day. You know? And this is the same situation. We were in Mali in 2013. And I was really surprised that many of good groups are there. And they were talking about global warming, CTBT, and all other things, similar to my country. All the intellectual groups are there. They are talking all those things. But nobody bothered about what is happening in the 800 kilometers away from Bamako to Falia. There is no hospital near to 100 kilometers. No hospital. And I was told in the village that if you want to come back, you don't come during the rainy season. There is a very less rainy season, but during the rainy season, there is no road. Can you imagine that a company go there and say, we will provide you electricity, we will provide you school, we will provide you hospital just next to your door? How can we compete with this big multinationals, powerful nuclear lobby? They are attached with so-called nationalism. Because India has a immediate enemy, Pakistan and China. And China is threat to the European and the Americans. So we are in perfect situation for the global geopolitical situation. Where is the voice of these indigenous people or the people who are in the marginalized situation? And I can give you one more example. I'm also working there for last 15, 16 years, and we wanted to have a health camp there. And you will be surprised to know that the city where I live and the next city is Tatanagar, I couldn't find a single doctor who can go there and give his time to check. We find only one doctor who came twice. He's from Calcutta. And if I remember correctly, I asked Dr. SHAKEEL if we want to have some health camp with minor some kind of surgery. He said, don't do that, because if it is not done properly, then it will backfire, because somebody will die or somebody will create some kind of problem. This is a bigger, wider question, how we can coordinate different people's movement, not only in India, all over the world, because that collective voice will put pressure not only in India, but all the government all over the world, that they are not alone.
Shri Prakash, just adding on it, yes, that's what he said, is the international solidarity to stand up and get counted, do an online petition, sending delegations, coming to putting it across the UN agencies and things like that. Because everybody is afraid that what is happening in the backyard should not go into the front. So if it can be done, yes, that will be okay.
And another thing is, like, their studies has been questioned by that guy also. Yeah, what he said, the study is lacking.
No. He did not raise any question which was scientific in nature.
Okay.
He was raising on the motive, telling that why share fund was used.
So,
His concern was.
so it is last 40 years, more than 40 years, the one studies or these three studies has caused more problem than the people's voice shouting anywhere. So we need more study. Like I can give you another example. Like right now, just a few weeks ahead, the one committee, parliamentary committee for the tobacco, they recommended that there is no health study done in India, the link between the cancer and tobacco. So there is no cancer linkages in India, and they were ruling party parliamentary member, and they were the baron of tobacco. Okay, then, right, you just Google it and you can find it, the name of those people. Last week. And there's a similar kind of example is given by the UCIL, Uranium Corporation of India Limited, when this study came and people say that women become sterile, there is a huge problem in the reproductive health. The company came and they said, we have one school 30 years ago, now we have 3 schools and all are running with full capacity. From where these kids are coming? And this kind of argument is there. They are not coming to question these studies. So I request more health studies, more international health study that can give more support and strength to the local people, rather than just doing something else.
You better be careful who does the study.
That is another problematic area, because thanks to Dr. SHAKEEL and IPPNW and IDPD, they are standing. Otherwise, we have no idea what would happen if we go back to India.
Now there is renewed interest in debunking these studies. These were done 7 years ago. It was put on website some 7 years ago. And the reason behind this is that now there are protests, as you were telling, in some other nuclear facilities which are coming up. And the latest one is in the Jadugoda, which is coming in the state of Maharashtra. And now our Prime Minister was in France 2 days ago talking to Evera people how fast it can be built. So it is in that background now there is a renewed interest of the people who are in support of the nuclear energy to attack this system.
Absolutely.
I'll just, there's I think too many questions for the time we have left officially. The next workshop only really starts at 11:30. So there was a question from Richard, the gentleman here, the gentleman there, the lady here, and then the lady here. So if you could just keep your questions brief, and also if there were
Yeah.
I found in doing activism, it all comes down to money. And it was interesting, Ian Farley's talk this morning talked about more jobs with renewable energy. Is that a way, do you think, of convincing your Prime Minister Modi to get back out of nuclear power and into renewable solar, particularly in India? Or do you think his justification is to free up uranium for nuclear weapons?
I think the second part, you are right. I mean, nuclear is a sacrosanct word in our country. By nuclear, we are nuclear power. We are so big, we are so powerful. We can intimidate Pakistan. We are trying to intimidate China. I mean, these are the two countries in the name of which these nuclear bombs were developed in this country. So yes, it's more for the second part that our present dispensation of the government thinks that being nuclear is being much.
Yes.
Did the medical studies in India begin to target more than uranium? I mean, other product degradation, plutonium, or more dangerous product than uranium. Radical dangerous.
Yes.
Uranium
But
is,
yes, we know. But as we were dealing with this particular Jadugoda, we had a request from Johar to conduct this study for them. And there is only the processing plant is there for the uranium. So we focused only on uranium and not the plutonium as you are suggesting.
Yeah, I don't know how many questions I have.
Just one, please.
Yeah, exactly. I was just asking, how is, do you have enough instruments to measure the radiation, all that stuff? That's
You
a
know-
very practical thing we need to have at all uranium mining
Yeah.
or other
The
operations.
only agency in India who can have official measurement is Bhabha Atomic Research Center, which come under Department of Atomic Energy. You can't have any equipment except from them.
If somebody here gives you an equipment, you can keep it.
It's okay, but officially, if you want, you have to request that agency.
But that's officially, but
Yes.
you still do unofficially lot of things.
Yeah, you can do it, but you can do anywhere.
I was just asking,
But
is
if
it happening there or not?
no, some people came, they measured and then they returned, but we don't. The community don't have, the movement don't have those gamma gaga counter. But the important thing is there, the radon is the problem. Radon gas is a problem, and alpha. Determination of alpha is not from the any equipment. It need carbon and some other kind of things. Again, it's a scientific things. Again, community, nothing has to say there.
But you have the, I'm sure you have the personnel to do this kind of testing.
Yeah, we can do. If we can have, we can do.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is
So
not
I think, as I see it, the immediate need might be to donate such equipment
Yes,
to some group. like-
absolutely.
Will that make sense?
They can just update the measurement on the website so that people can know what kind of, yeah.
Yes, that's possible.
Question here?
Oh, I had a, why would there be cesium if you're only mining? What, you said there's cesium? But this is uranium mining.
Yes.
It's
There,
not
there,
a
there,
fuel chain.
there are 3 tailing dams in Jadugoda. So only one tailing dam, the oldest one, the tailing pond number 1, that has trace of uranium. This is the primary finding of Dr. Koide. It is on the website, online, you can Google it.
Isn't this all uranium?
This is uranium. Nothing come from the uranium mines called cesium. Cesium is a artificial product. But how it has reached the tailing dam, nobody knows. Because that is there, no power of the world can separate those things. So that fact is there. If government or the agencies are really want justice, they can do the testing and put the entire information in the public that look, everything is fine. But they are not doing anything. They are questioning that these kind of studies have a different kind of motive.
And then, okay.
I think there's other people that got to present and prepare. So I'll let the last question, and then if you want to have questions, we just have to prepare the place for the next speakers.
So we're trying to stop Australia exporting uranium to India. They're trying to finalise the deal now, and it's very controversial in Australia. A lot of people are in opposition, including the head of the Safeguards Office in the Australian government, who supports nuclear power and supports selling uranium to India, but has slammed the deal and said that it's the agreement they've written up is worth nothing. So I'm wondering, how important is it for India to import uranium? I know there's maybe 2 or 3 mines, or how long until India runs out of its own uranium supply?
Actually, India, the quality of ore in India is not good. And the uranium is coming from India. It is not good enough to fill the need of the nuclear power station in India. So it is assumed that the Indian uranium is not come under IAEA inspection. So if Canadian or the French or the American will sell the nuclear power plant, they will have to have uranium from outside. So this domestic uranium will go for something else. I don't know where it's go.
I want to thank you both very much for an excellent presentation.